Hello. I keep trying to flip the camera around and then it keeps like being super weird on me. Anyways, hello. I am Tiffany Manchester, your personal feel-good specialist, former professional athlete turned surfer girl, and I'm here to help you make any difficult decision with ease so that you can live a life that you love. Hi. And as you know, every week I give an angel tarot reading so that you can know what to expect for the week ahead. And the readings all come from decks that I use from Doreen Virtue, who works exclusively with the angels and other realms. Now, I got a new deck this week, and I've been working a lot with the fairies, which, if you may or may not know, they are nature's angels. And I've been doing readings and feeling a big connection to the fairies. And so I went ahead and I got the fairy tarot deck. So what I love about the nature fairies is that they live amongst us on earth and in nature, in the physical realm, whereas angels live in the non-physical realm. So our third eye, our mind's eye, can see angels, and they also give us visions in the earth realm, but they recreate themselves for us to see, whereas the fairies are living amongst us. The fairies love to work with animals and plants, so fairies if you have pets, know that there's fairies around you. If you have plants inside your house, know that there's fairies hanging around. They're lovely when it comes to manifestation because they're very clear and to the point. I like to call them feisty too because they like to play around with you a little bit, whereas the angels they're a lot more gentle and soft. So I already pulled a few cards just to save us some time, and also I haven't worked with this deck much, so it does take a little bit of time to get a feel for each card and the messages that they're having for you. So I didn't want to be like hmming and hawing the entire time. I wanted to get it straight to the point for you guys. So this is to help you with your intuition so that you can learn to strengthen your gut and your intuition as you go throughout your week. Thank you so much for the hearts. So our Monday, Tuesday card is 5 of Autumn. So this is an interesting card because it actually doesn't look like a super happy card. And when you read the description, it says, reach out to others for assistance. Poor timing for a career change, feeling challenged by money issues. So I'm feeling like there's a little bit of inner conflict. Now, I did read the messages before, but as I start talking, I start getting information and then I share with it so that it's going to resonate with whoever's on watching, and even if you're watching the replay. So it is going to resonate with you on some level. So when I look at this card, I feel like there's a little bit of inner conflict going on in your head. You may be arguing with yourself about someone or something. And the thing you want to remember is if you're focusing on negative thoughts, we do have a self-fulfilling prophecies, right? Because what you think is what you create. So if you're worried, if you're stuck in a cycle of like worrying and fear, and there's something about like having a difficult conversation with someone and you're feeling negative about connecting with that person. And so then when you do work with that person, you are going to feel that negative disconnect because that's what you're creating before you even go into it. That's how we're all psychic, by the way. If people aren't sure whether there's some people that are psychic and they're not, we're all psychic. We're all creating what we think. So there's a little bit of thought for you. When you are in Monday, Tuesday, and if you do feel any sense of inner conflict with yourself or someone else, it's best to take a step back. Ask someone for help. Ask the fairies for help. In fact, that's why this card is here. So anytime you feel a sense of distress, just keep listening on Miro. Anytime you feel a little bit of stress, ask the fairies to help. Ask the angels to help. They are here to give us messages, but we have to call on them first because of the law of free will. That's the only time they can intervene in our lives is if when we ask for help and then we give our problems to them. And they will give you signs and signals in really beautiful ways. You just have to be open to receiving. You have to expect a miracle. You have to expect things like synchronicity and serendipity, some people might like to say serendipity. You have to be open to that. And so when you see like coincidences, don't just shrug them off as coincidences. Those are messages from your angels and your fairies. They're trying to give you a message in a way that you can receive it easily. So take them into consideration and allow them and be like, oh, that's totally a message from God. And it is, okay? And so there you go with Monday and Tuesday. So ask for help if you're feeling in the dark, okay? Now the card for Wednesday, Thursday is balance. So isn't this interesting? Let me read this for you. Take everyone's input into consideration. Merge viewpoints to create a better solution. Take your time. There's no need to rush. Okay, so if there is feeling inner conflict for you or in your mind or with someone else on Monday and Tuesday, know that Wednesday, Thursday, you're going to start balancing that out. And the reason you're going to be balancing it out is if you do what the Monday and Tuesday asks of you, which is take a step back, ask for help, and then try to switch that negative into a positive. Okay, you have to recreate a more positive scenario to find balance. Okay, so that's your job for Wednesday, Thursday. And it also says take your time, because I think what happens a lot is we get too frustrated with ourselves because we think we have to change things right away. And then we doubt ourselves. Like, I'm being a bad person because I'm having negative thoughts. I'm judging this person and I know I shouldn't be. And then we get down on ourselves, and then it makes it even harder to change our minds. So you have some time. Just one is recognizing that you need to change your mind. Okay. Remember that. And then take your time to change your mind. Ask the angels and the fairies to help you change your perspective. And they'll give you little bits of information here and there. Like I said, the signs, the symbols, the coincidences, anything that's going to try to lift your spirits, that lifts a weight off of shoulders, that makes your head feel lighter. If you get headaches, I think someone out here gets headaches or back pain, those will be alleviated as you move your mind from the negative into the positive. Okay, so there's your work for Wednesday, Thursday. So let's see what Friday says. Okay, so Friday, we have the Lovers. So pretty, so pretty. Let me read that to you. True love that is long-lasting. Choices made from the heart, a return to good health. Okay, so this is the result of you changing your mind. This doesn't necessarily have to represent a romantic relationship. And in fact, I feel like this whole reading has more to do with the relationship that you have with yourself. But when we have whatever relationship you have with yourself, you're going to project onto other people. So say you're in conflict, or you have to have a difficult conversation with your lover, know that this card can apply to you. And if you change your thoughts in your mind and you create a more positive communication strategy, it will bring you two closer together. And Wednesday, Thursday is about, sorry, I'm going back to the card before that. Wednesday, Thursday is about balancing the male-female energy. So know that if you are dealing with another person, take into consideration their perspective and allow it to help you balance yours. That's how you can merge together and have good communication and loving conversation and bring the darkness into the light. That can be really difficult in our relationships, right? Because we become very attack. We're like, what's the other word for attack? You have your victim and then your attacker. But really, we're both of those. When we play one or either of those parts, we're doing it. If we're the victim, then we're creating attack. So do your best to just try to find a balance within your mind and get out of the darkness and into the light by asking for help. And by trying to balance yourself by giving yourself positive self-talk. This seems to be the theme for me on Periscopes in the last month or so. It's the same message over and over again. I just say it in different ways. And that's because we need to do the work. So these cards, like when I pick cards for myself, I'll sometimes pick the same card over and over and over again. And then that'll just keep happening until I do the work. And once I start doing the work, then I get another card. And it's so funny. I'm doing this guided meditation. I'm working on this new guided meditation. And I pulled a card to find out, okay, what card do you want me to do a meditation on? And it was this one card I pulled, and I was like, I need more affirmations. So I shuffled, I pulled it again, the same card again, and then I'm like, I need it another time, really prove it to me, and then I pulled the same card 3 times in a row. It works. It really works, you guys. So I do hope you take this into consideration today as you go about your week. Remember these cards, watch the replay for sure for 24 hours, and just remember it's all about changing your mind if you want to come to a better place within your life, within yourself, within your heart. Okay? Awesome. So I'm just gonna sign off for a minute because I'm gonna put this on YouTube, and so I don't want to have all this extra space, and then I'll come back on and we can talk about it if you like. Okay? So, and also I can maybe do a couple of readings for people. So I love you and thank you for watching. Aloha. Oh my gosh. Before I go, I forgot to tell you that I'm going to start doing free readings on your birthday. So if you have a birthday coming up, I will do a free birthday reading for you on the day of your birthday. That's my stipulant. It has to be on the day of your birthday. And you can send me an email, tiffany@followthefeelgood.com, or go to my website, followthefeelgood.com, and then you can get more information there and to contact me. Okay, so I'll see you again in a second.